Hey everybody, so glad you guys are tuning in with us. We're here at the Christian Standard booth at the North American Christian Convention 2017, and the theme this year is "This is for everyone." The gospel is for absolutely everybody. And sitting to my left is a guy who has that very same heart. His name is Mack, and he is the editor for the Christian Standard magazine. And I think one of the things that we could both agree on is that the Christian Standard magazine is for everyone. That no matter where you are in your faith journey, no matter what kind of church you're leading or serving in or attending, there are some incredible articles, some great insights inside this magazine that'll be a blessing to you, your friendships, your marriage, and your ministry. And the Christian Standard is in the middle of a brand new redesign, an overhaul. It's getting a facelift. It's getting, and one of the people leading the charge behind that is the editor, Mr. Mack. So real quick, Mr. Mack, for all the people who don't know you, give us a quick background of what you've been doing since you found a relationship with Jesus Christ. Where have you been serving in the local church?
All right, yeah. I actually worked for Standard Publishing Company back in the early 90s, and I worked for the Lookout magazine, and then I worked in new products and did some books and stuff like that. And after a while, I wanted to start a ministry myself, in which I did, called smallgroups.com, which is now owned by Christianity Today, and great ministry. So after that, I started to go into, at that time I was also writing for the Lookout, a column about small groups. So I did small group stuff for many years, then worked for 3 different churches in, in Indiana, in Boise, Idaho, and then in Louisville, Kentucky at Northeast Christian, which is the most recent place that I was, and did small group ministry in those churches.
Wow.
So then after that, I left Northeast in 2012 and started another ministry called smallgroupleadership.com, going around the churches and teaching about small groups, interacting with small group leaders, and doing a lot of writing. And all that while I was writing for Christian Standard magazine at the same time.
So you've really kind of been around the Christian Standard for a really long time in varied capacities.
Yeah, in a variety of different capacities, and I've had a relationship with both Standard Publishing Company and then the Christian Standard for many years.
Wow. Well, I know they're super excited to have you on the team, and I'm really glad that you guys gave me the opportunity to be here. I want you to kind of just talk into the camera to the people watching and just kind of let them know how the Christian Standard could actually be an asset to them and to their ministries.
Well, we want the magazine to be just a resource for leaders. We want it to be a resource for ministers, for all kinds of other lay leaders, elders. I'll tell you a secret. Not everybody knows this yet. So this is the first time people will hear this.
Here we go.
We're going to have a column starting in September for elders.
Wow.
So specifically for elders. And so that's kind of a neat little reveal that's coming. And it's going to be written from the guys at E2 elders. So these guys are experts on eldership, and they're going to be writing specifically for elders. But we want the magazine to be for all levels of leaders in the local church. So the way that we want to accomplish that is tell stories. We want to tell stories of what churches are doing, and not just the big mega churches. We want to tell the stories of the small churches, the medium-sized churches, and we want to hear their stories. So now, if you've got a story that you want to share with us so that we can share it with others, because the big deal is that others can learn from our stories and from your stories.
One of the important things we learned yesterday is somebody said that every story is powerful.
It is.
And so you have a story, and your story might actually be a great resource for another church in another location that could really use some of the insights that God's taught you in your faith journey to help them take the next step in their faith journey. We're going to include the links to the Christian Standard magazine in the description below. We'll also have some of their social media links, that way you guys can stay connected. But we're interested in your story. Make sure you send it to it. This is Clayton Hensel, Mack at the Standard Publishing booth, signing out. Love you all. Peace.